As a kid, you were bitten by a really exotic insect that you never saw again. That is until you found it in a book of extinct species and read that according to some ancient people, it granted immortality. I suffer from a severe case of entomophobia. I cannot stand the sight of any insects or insect-like things. It wasn't always like that, of course. I remember the time when bugs were cool and funny to me. When I could pick them up. When I would share some treats and juice with them. You know, your typical kid stuff. That changed when I was bitten at the age of 10. I don't remember much of what happened that day. I was playing in the backyard. Then something landed on my hand. Gold, black and white carapace mesmerized me. Distracted me. Before I knew it, I was being rushed into emergency room. The world was blurry and my parents' voices were dull echoes in the dark. It didn't hurt. Instead, I was constantly pulled out of sleep and back into it. Again and again. I don't think I've been awake for even an hour before I would pass out. The whole thing lasted for months. I lost an entire year to this weird state of being asleep for days and awake only for a few hours. And when that stopped, I lost another year to constant checkups, my parents fighting over the incident and fussing over me like I was going to die at any moment. Eventually, peace returned to our lives. My parents were fine. My grades were good if not great. My friends were also good sports about my phobia and would kick the ass if anyone who tried to use it against me. It was going so perfectly. So why was I obsessing over some book? I was writing a report on the myths surrounding immortality. One of the little creative projects Mr. Park loved to give out for extra credit. It was supposed to be an easy bump to my GPA. A stress-free assignment where I would talk about how humanity pursued immortality and what they believed would grant it. So why did I have to find this book? Why did it have to have that damned insect's picture in the middle of it? The Night Scarab. The book didn't give it any scientific name. Probably because it was a book on a whole bunch of mystic and magical nonsense. One of which described how the ancient Kintu people worshipped these bugs as the source of all life and death in the universe. Their text implied that those chosen by the scarabs could be granted freedom from death as well. What a bunch of nonsense. I slammed the book shut. A quick internet search showed no such civilization. All of this was just some weirdo's fiction and nothing else. I must be going crazy. I was bitten by that damn thing and almost died. The Kintu people must have seen someone bitten by it fall into sleep and then awaken, then mistook that for immortality. Yeah, that was a perfect explanation. People always sought immortality. An escape from inevitable. And they were willing to believe in the bugs if that made them feel like they could beat death. But death was absolute and inevitable. To cheat death was impossible. Let's just get back to the important stuff. Two things slipped out of the book. A card. And a note. If you are reading this, then you are standing at the crossroads. It is a scary world out there and the truth will only make it scarier. But we can help you. Find us at the address on the card. Come alone. Welcome, my friend, to Club Immortal.